Hi, my name is Alexandra Cordero, and I'll be talking about the reasons why schools should get rid of dress codes. I can't tell you how many times I stepped on campus and been sent straight to ISS, which is in-school suspension, for a violation of dress code. Being dress coded and having to sit in ISS made me miss my classes and the lectures that were held that day. Due to dress code, I had to make up assignments and ask my peers for their notes, which in my opinion was an inconvenience for me. Schools should not have dress codes for many reasons. Number one, it targets females. Number two, it disrupts education. And number three, it goes against freedom of expression. Many dress codes and many schools tend to target more of their female students than their male students. Dress codes unfairly targets females. Some items that go against dress codes are tank tops with straps thinner than 3 fingers, see-through tops, mesh tops that expose undergarments. We have off-the-shoulder tops. We have crop tops that show your bare midriffs. We have high skirts with high slits. We have dresses with high slits. We have tight clothing such as leggings. We have sandals or any type of shoes, open-toe shoes. We have shorts that go above the knees. And we have ripped jeans. Almost all the items that I showed you target females and sends a message that their bodies are inappropriate and should be covered and not be a distraction in the classroom. According to Wise Wolf, author of School Dress Code Targets Girls, she states, dress code objectifies females. It reinforces that girls are to act to a different standard than boys. Also implies that boys are not capable of controlling themselves around females that show skin. Schools must develop policies that do not shame girls or underestimate boys by assuming that they cannot be expected to behave appropriately around females who tend to show skin. Now that we talked about dress code that mostly applies to females, it also disrupts education. Administration values how a student dresses over the student's education. When staff forces a student to miss class in order to change into different clothes, they are exhibiting their disregard for the student's education. If a student is sent to ISS due to a dress code violation and their parents can't pick them up or bring them a change of clothes, the student will have to sit in ISS for the rest of the day, missing class. If schools didn't have dress codes, they wouldn't be taking away educational time from their students. Also, if dress code is violated numerous times, suspension can occur from all the referrals that accumulates over time due to violations. Suspending a student over their clothing is uncalled for, and schools should worry more about their students' education than what they're wearing. Now that we talked about the dress code compromising students' education, it also goes against freedom of expression. Dress codes doesn't allow students to express themselves with their clothing. The First Amendment guarantees freedom of speech and non-verbal expression, yet certain institutions use dress codes to limit this right. According to the United Nations Universal Declaration of Human Rights, Article 19 states, everyone has the right of freedom of opinion and expression. Dress codes expresses students' freedom of expression. Fashion is a form of personal visual communication. Being able to express yourself through your clothing should be considered a basic human right. Clothing choice is a powerful and non-intrusive means of verbal expression, one which should be universally guaranteed and protected. Students should be allowed to wear what they want without consequences that can affect their education. There's been many protests over banning dress codes. Many viral videos that made it to the news of parents frustrated with schools that send their children home due to dress code violation. Here's a video that I will be presenting of a parent that is frustrated with the school dress code.
Morgan has been told her pants are too tight and she's worn different pants every single day. Her parents are at their wits' end and say Morgan is a very slender girl and it's just hard to find pants that fit.
She's extremely petite, so trying to find clothes that fit her, if it's going to fit her length, it's not going to fit her waist, and I just don't think it's appropriate for me to be sending her in school in sweatpants, out in society compared to wearing a skinny jean. I don't really see what the problem is and how that's affecting her education at this point. It's dumbfounding. I don't get it.
Schools should not have dress codes because it's aimed towards females. It gets in the way of education and it goes against freedom of expressions. Schools should be more worried about the education of the students than their clothing. If administrations are the ones who feel uncomfortable with what a student is wearing to school, then they are the real problem, not the students and not their clothing. Thank you.